Jordan, and you use this mic, he uses this one.
Yep.
Gentlemen, are you going to be the one shooting? Yeah, you're going to use that one.
Is it on?
Alright, I'm good. Good morning, I'm Max Ziffer,
And I'm Jordan Landis.
and you're listening to ZNL Sports Radio on 104.3 in the morning. We're taking calls all morning at 1-800-222-5672. We have lots to talk about today, and make sure to stay tuned for our guest in studio, Tony Parker.
And we also got a special guest caller today, all the way from Seattle, Washington, Seattle Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman.
Later on, we will be discussing the finals and the upcoming games, and like my partner Jordan just mentioned, we have Richard Sherman calling in about his Sports Madden cover victory. We're going to break right now. When we get back, we will have Richard Sherman calling in from Seattle.
And ZNL Sports Radio is brought to you by Papa John's Pizza.
All right, we're back, and calling in from Seattle, we have Richard Sherman.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey Richard, man, how's it going? Thanks for calling in today.
No problem, man.
So, I just got to ask you, you've probably had a pretty great off-season. You won the Super Bowl, you went to the White House. How's your off-season been like?
It's been great. I mean, I'm a world champion. What do you want? What else to say? I'm a world champion. It was a great off season. Now I just won the Madden Cup. Can't be better. Life's good.
And how does it feel to be on the Madden 15 cover?
Well, it's great. I mean, just to think how much I'm loved by the fans, and for them to think of me as their video game cover is truly amazing, even as a quarterback in the NFL.
All right, so does it bother you that the past Madden cover athletes have been injured in the past?
No, that's just a bunch of baloney, man. I mean, I think I'll be fine. I'm the best corner in the game, so I'll be fine. I'll just stay healthy and get my team to another Super Bowl.
All right, Mr. Sherman, last question. I know it's early. We haven't even entered week 1 yet, but what do you think on back-to-back Super Bowls?
Oh, it sounds good, man. I mean, we got a good group together. We lost Golden, but we got Paul Richardson from Colorado coming back in to fill his place. We got a good squad, same as last year. We should get together and win another Super Bowl. It sounds good, man.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. We're going to head to break. When we get back, we will have Tony Parker in studio.
And ZNL Sports Radio is brought to you by Papa John's Pizza.
We're back on ZNL Sports Radio, and in studio we have special guest Tony Parker.
Hello, it is good to see you again.
Alright, so Tony, I just gotta ask you, it was a tough Game 2 loss, and, what was going through your mind after that loss?
We had chances to win the game. We did not win, but I think that we will come out Game 3 stronger, and we will win.
And, Tony, what do you need to execute better as a team in Game 3?
Well, we need to limit the turnovers. There were far too many turnovers, and we just need to make it. We need to make less turnovers to win the game.
All right, in Game 2, late in the fourth quarter, Mario Chalmers gave you an elbow to the stomach, and did this affect you later in the game, and what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I make no excuses. We had chances to win the game. I feel fine after the elbow to the stomach. It did not impair me in any way. I mean, the loss, it was on us. It had nothing to do with any sort of injury.
All right, you're going into 2 straight games into Miami. The Heat have not lost at home during this whole entire playoffs. And how are you going to take at least 1 game from them in Miami?
Well, it is definitely a hostile environment there. The fans there, they are very good. But I think that we will face that adversity, and we will win at least 1 game there, I think.
Alright, well, thank you very much, Tony, for coming in, and good luck in Game 3 of the finals.
Thank you very much. Have a good show.
All right, we're going to head to break again. When we get back, me and my partner Jordan will be discussing Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
And ZNL Sports Radio is brought to you by Champ Sports. Come get the new LeBron 11s.
All right, we're back. Now, Jordan, the Heat have 2 straight games in Miami. Do you think they have a legitimate chance of winning both?
They're the Miami Heat. They have the world's best players, so I definitely think they can. I do think the Spurs are going to take a game just because the Spurs offense is so intact right now and they really know what they're doing. I think Miami's defense is really fantastic playing them right now, but I think they do not have an answer for Tim Duncan, and he will be playing most of the fourth quarter.
How are the Spurs going to come out game 3?
The Spurs are going to come out the same way they did game 2. They had the game. They missed 4 straight free throws. The Spurs should have won game 2. And that's just the only reason they lost. And the Spurs, Greg Popovich knows what he's doing. He's done this for a while. They're going to come out with a lot of energy.
You know what? In my opinion, I think the Heat take both, and they're going to win the series in 6 and complete the three-peat.
But I can't agree with that because Miami has so many players that just look lost right now. Where is Mario Chalmers? He's in the land of Oz. No one knows where he is.
That's true, but the Heat did win, and he wasn't showing up. Game 2 in San Antonio. When he does show up in Miami, they're going to take both.
All right, well, I guess we'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Time in Miami. So, Max, I got to ask you, how are we feeling about the Miami Marlins right now?
You know what? Without their best pitcher, they're only a half game behind first place. I think they're doing very well right now.
So, yes, we definitely suffered a loss without Fernandez, but the real question is, they got a new manager, Mike Redmond, but are they going to be able to continue this winning stretch down the stretch of the season?
You know what? I hope so, but it's definitely going to be tough without their Cy Young candidate, Jose Fernandez. Giancarlo Stanton's going to have to continue his MVP-like season. He's doing phenomenal, and that's my thought on the Marlins.
I can't agree anymore. So we're going to go to break, but we'll be right back. And please, if you want to waste another hour, please do it with us.
You're listening to ZNL Sports Radio. That's it.
Hey, that sounded great.
White Hot Heat Radio. I'm Jesse Nadelman along with Ben Curtis here on 790 The Ticket. We've got a lot of things to get to, but first you guys should definitely call in. We're going to be answering a lot of calls here on today's show with the numbers 305-867-5309. That's 305-867-5309.
That's the number to jump into the show.
We've got a lot of topics to get to. First off, the Miami Heat. Your White Hot Heat countdown is at 3 games. The Heat are 3 games away from a three-peat and another NBA championship. But first, we must take Game 3 at home and take home court advantage. We got Game 3 against the Spurs tonight at 9 p.m. We'll get to that. Also, the Miami Marlins, after everything, Jose Fernandez down. We're just a half game out of first place in the NL East, along with a huge game tonight against the Texas Rangers.
Also, we got the World Cup just 2 days away. The United States' first game just 6 days away. The United States in the group of death. Can they make it out? Our coach doesn't even think so. Also, we got the Stanley Cup Finals. The Kings taking Game 3. Can they sweep it at Madison Square Garden? We'll find out later.
We're here on White Hot Heat Radio. We'll be right back here on 790 The Ticket. I'm Jesse Nadelman, along with Ben Curtis. We'll be right back. Today's show is brought to you by Rapids Water Park. If you want to go and have a blast in the summertime, go to Rapids. Tickets are just for a season low at $13 a day, and you can have a splash in the summer and a blast at the same time.
All right, we're back here at White Hot Heat Radio. We got lots of calls coming in at 305-867-5309. Remember, that's the number to jump in.
We've got a call coming in right now.
Call coming in.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi, Donald from Boynton Beach. Donald, what do you got for us?
Hi, guys. What are your expectations on the Heat Game 3 tonight? Who do you think is going to pull it up?
Well, I personally, being a Heat fan, I think that the Heat are going to take the game tonight. When the Heat always seem to step up when they've got to win a game, just like last series against Indiana, and the Heat are going to do it tonight on their home floor. The crowd is going to be rocking, and I just don't see a way that San Antonio goes into Miami tonight. LeBron's going to be pumped. Miami's going to be crazy. The crowd, like I said, is going to be rocking. D-Wade needs to step his game up. CB1's going to be playing good. And the Miami Heat are going to take a 2-1 series lead in the finals. What do you think, Ben?
I have to disagree with you, Jesse. I think everyone talks always about how Eric Spoelstra is such a great coach. But, I'm talking about the coach of the year on the San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich. I think he's going to rally his troops. He's going to take the 2-1 series lead and steal the home court advantage, I say, away from Miami. Donald, what do you think about today's game?
I think about tonight's game that San Antonio is going to pull it up.
Yeah, but you're looking at the Miami Heat, who have not lost a game at home. Let me argue that. And you're talking about the Spurs, who did lose 3 games in Dallas in the first round. So it'll be a close game. We know that for sure. I understand you have another question, Donald.
I do. How do you think the Marlins are going to be able to pull it out with Jose Fernandez hurt tonight?
Well, the injury happened a while ago, and I really think that the Marlins are going to keep rolling. In my opinion, they need to pick up another pitcher at the deadline. After Fernandez went down, they only picked up Randy Wolf, who throws about 84 on his fastball. He's 37 years old, so he's not going to get the job done. But I think the Marlins are getting the job done right now. They're only a half game out of first place to the Braves. And if I would have told you before the season that the Marlins would be in first place in the NL East, you would have thought I was crazy. So we got a big series coming up against the Rangers, though, that the Marlins got to take at least 1 out of 3 and stay in this NL East race. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I think that the Marlins will be fine. I do hope that they don't bring up their young prospects because they have tons of young pitching prospects. Anthony DeSclafani, Andrew Heaney, Justin Nicolino. Justin Nicolino's down in AA, of course. And I don't think that they have to rush it because they have all the pieces for the next coming years. I would like to see them be buyers at the trade deadline, pick up someone along the lines of Jeff Samardzija from Chicago or Colby Lewis from Texas. But I really don't think there's any rush, and I think that they're going to be fine. Casey McGee is playing terrific, almost 40 RBIs with just 1 home run. That's unheard of. And of course, Giancarlo Stanton bid for the MVP this year, I suppose.
Well, thank you, Donald. Thank you, Donald, for your questions. But I understand right now we have Chris Bosch calling in right now on the White Hot Heat Radio. Hello?
We have some technical
We have
difficulties
some
here. We're trying to get Chris on the phone.
Here he should be. Hello, Chris.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you, Chris? We had some technical difficulties, but we're happy to get with you now. Chris, how are you? Are you ready for Game 3 tonight? A huge game.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm just getting warmed up right now. I'm just getting relaxed, eating less, getting ready.
Chris, what is your mindset going into Game 3 tonight? Knowing San Antonio, they know they got to take 1 out of the 2 games here in Miami. What are you guys thinking, knowing you have to take 2 games here in Miami, but also knowing that the Spurs are going to be hungry for a victory?
We just got to game play like we were keeping looking for LeBron in the post, getting Ray on for 3, letting Chalmers go and make plays. That's all.
Chris, if I may jump in, you guys have not yet lost at home this playoffs. Does that make you more confident or more nervous, putting on the pressure of you to continue that streak?
It's definitely a factor, but we still have to play 100% and wait because San Antonio's a great team, so just be open for everything.
Chris, about San Antonio, Greg Popovich, Coach of the Year, one of the best coaches arguably of all time. You know he's going to bring in a good strategy. What do you guys do when you see you're struggling against Greg Popovich's defense like you were in the first half the other night?
Well, just moving the ball around and getting to the lane, open, looking out for threes.
Hey, thank you so much for your time, Chris.
No problem.
And we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back here on 790 The Ticket, White Hot Radio.
Hey, that was great. Did you actually do a commercial?
Yeah, he did a commercial.
You did it earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, just figure it out. You guys are great. The only thing I heard is you said hi when you called in. Have it preset that you already know it's Christopher Boker or something. Because you wouldn't say hi on Sports Talk Radio if someone calls in. But that was great. Great job.
Thank you, Joe.
Hello and welcome to DNL.